Today, we're unraveling the secrets of the legendary Conquerors Haki and presenting a surprising analysis behind the ranking of the top 19 strongest characters. In the world of One Piece, only a select few possess the Conquerors Haki, and among them, there are 19 who stand out as particularly powerful. Based on Rayleigh's words, the strength of Conquerors Haki is said to be proportional to combat experience and personal growth. But how exactly are these rankings determined? We'll also explore how the Conquerors Haki of the ranked characters impacts the storyline and delve into the deeper meanings behind this. If you agree with the analysis I'm about to share, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have a different take on this, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Be warned, this video contains spoilers up to episode 1080. Now, let's get started. Before introducing each character, let's define what Conquerors Haki is and what its strength entails. You might be wondering, what exactly makes Conquerors Haki strong? For this, we're taking words of Rayleigh's lines, the very man who taught Luffy about the nuances of Conquerors Haki. According to Rayleigh, Conquerors Haki is a force that exerts dominance over others, and its strength grows solely with the user's personal growth. This means the strength of one's Conquerors Haki is directly proportional to their past experiences, battles, and personal growth. In other words, it's not about aging and weakening. Instead, it's about maturing, facing challenges, and refining one's power over time. Now, let's kick things off with the 19th spot. Ranked at 19th is Don Chinhao, who first appeared in Dressrosa. You might have thought Chinhao, having clashed with Garp and boasting a wealth of experience, would rank higher. However, Chinhao's bounty at the time was 542 million berries, the lowest among the Conquerors Haki users except for Yamato. And after Garp crushed his prized head, he went into retirement, suggesting he might not have grown much from his prime. Indeed, if personal growth is key, then breaking one's spirit might halt any further progress. Moving on to the 18th spot, we have none other than the main character Luffy's brother, Portgas the Ace. You'd expect the son of Pirate King Roger to be ranked higher, wouldn't you? Indeed, Ace, being Roger's son, had the potential to become the strongest, but that's all about potential. Sadly, Ace is no longer with us. Ace's bounty during his lifetime was 550 million berries, the lowest among Conquerors Haki users aside from those with bounties. Given his abilities during his lifetime, it's reasonable to place Ace at 18th. It's tough to compare, given his young age at his death. If Ace had survived the Summit War and continued his journey as a pirate for another 2 years, I believe he would have definitely become one of the strongest Conqueror Haki users. It would have been great to see that version of Ace, right? Next at 17th is Luffy's formidable rival, Charlotte Katakuri, from the Big Mom Pirates, one of the Sweet Three generals. From here on, the rankings are filled with heavyweights with bounties over 10 billion, and honestly, opinions might differ quite a bit. So why did Katakuri land at 17th? A big reason is definitely his bounty. Katakuri's bounty is 1.057 billion berries, which is on the lower side among pirates with Conquerors Haki. There's no doubt that Katakuri, as the number 2 of the crew and supporting the former 4 emperors' Big Mom, is a force to be reckoned with. But there's one critical element that sets him apart from other Conquerors Haki users. The crucial difference between Katakuri and others is that he's not aiming to be number 1. Zoro, whose bounty is close to Katakuri's, is also a number 2 in his crew, but he's aiming to be the world's greatest swordsman. Other characters are captains or emperors, with ambition and aspiration to be on top. What Katakuri values isn't standing at the top himself, but rather protecting his family. So, it seems that the strength of one's ambition and willpower plays a big role in this difference. At number 16, we have the former 7 warlords of the sea and ex-king of Dressrosa, Don Quixote Doflamingo. Doflamingo's bounty before joining the 7 warlords was 340 million berries. Given the trend so far, it seems like he would have had the lowest bounty, right? Indeed, a 340 million bounty is pretty low for a Conquerors Haki user, but remember, that's before he became a 7 warlords. Oh right, becoming a 7 warlord freezes your bounty, doesn't it? Take Crocodile, another former 7 warlord, whose bounty was 81 million before joining. But post the 7 warlord system abolition, it skyrocketed to 1.965 billion. So it's likely that Doflamingo's current bounty would be significantly higher too. Well, he's in Impel Down now, so his bounty might not have been updated. In Doflamingo, he awakened his Conqueror's Haki as a child and ruled over Dressrosa for a long time as its king. This suggests he possesses a rather strong Conqueror's Haki. He was the first major boss Luffy faced in the New World after all. Being a former celestial dragon, he certainly has the qualities to rule over others. Coming in at 15th is the current Empress of Amazon Lily and the pirate known as the most beautiful woman in the world, Boa Hancock. It's a bit tough to judge Hancock since there aren't any battle scenes featuring her. But in chapter 1059, when dealing with Colonel Kobe, she petrified Navy vice admirals and massive captains from the Blackbeard pirates. This shows she's pretty powerful, and her bounty after the 7 Warlord system was abolished in an unquestionable 1.659 billion berries. Considering her original bounty was 80 million, that's a huge leap. Hancock was enslaved by celestial dragons during her childhood, so she embodies the idea of never being dominated by anyone and not belonging to anyone, fitting the definition of a true king. Looking at her experiences, the fact she's lived with such a traumatic past enhances her character and is something others haven't experienced. This undoubtedly elevates Hancock's human qualities. At 14th place, we have Eustace Kid, a fellow member of the worst generation, just like Luffy, who took down Big Mom. Kid's bounty rose to 3 billion after defeating Big Mom, suggesting he might possess a powerful Conqueror's Haki. However, we haven't seen him using it yet. So, it's safe to say Kid has grown as a person and captain, overcoming the seas and defeating Big Mom. But we haven't seen any portrayal of his Conqueror's Haki strength. This leads to the conclusion that Kid potentially has strong Conqueror's Haki, but his handling of it remains unrefined. Even Zoro, who just awakened his Haki, fought with it fully unleashed. Considering this, Kid might have the potential and the qualities, but hasn't mastered his Haki yet. But after his clash with Shanks, he might awaken, like Luffy did against Caid, and fully harness his Conqueror's Haki. Next at 13th is Straw Hat's combatant and second in command, Roronoa Zoro. Given his recent exploits, you'd expect him to rank higher, but Zoro just awakened his Conqueror's Haki, so he's still a step behind the heavy hitters. But considering he awakened his Haki at Onigashima, he's ranked quite high. His growth in humanity and experience, the key factors in defining Conqueror's Haki, play a big role. Zoro's battles against Caid and King were pivotal for his awakening. In those fights, Zoro inflicted a lasting wound on Caid, dubbed the strongest creature, and took down King, a member of the Luluniarian race, using his newly awakened Haki. He gained incredible experience by striking a blow to a 4 emperors worth over 4 billion and single-handedly defeated his top lieutenant. Additionally, Zoro sometimes displays more captain-like qualities than Luffy, indicating his ability to lead. And let's not forget, Zoro aims to be the best swordsman in the world, a goal that fits the definition of a king. Coming in at 12th is Kaido's daughter and self-proclaimed Kazuki Odin, Yamato. It's tricky to judge Yamato since she doesn't have a bounty, but I believe she's on par with or even stronger than Zoro, who we just discussed at 13th. During the Wano arc, Yamato single-handedly stalled Caid while Luffy was down, showing her formidable strength. And inheriting blood from Caid himself suggests she possesses powerful Conqueror's Haki. Despite being imprisoned by Caid during her youth, she fought valiantly for Wano's freedom and interacted with samurais, nurturing her humanity. This makes her Conqueror's Haki among the top of the younger generation. Her interactions with Ace might have also been a catalyst for her growth. At 11th, we've got Kazuki Odin, brother-in-arms with Whitebeard and a former member of the Roger Pirates. Kazuki Odin, the strongest samurai of Wano, is formerly known for being the only one to ever scar Caid. His ability to continuously imbue Emma with Haki hints at a Conqueror's Haki strength on par with the 4 emperors. Besides, he ruled over Curie, journeyed with Roger to uncover the world's secrets, and excelled both as a person and a leader. So it's no stretch to assume his Conqueror's Haki was formidable. Given Odin's exceptional strength at 11th, imagine what the top 10 must be like. We're heading into the territory of legendary Conquerors Row. Coming in at 10th is Douglas Bullet, former Roger pirate and feared as the heir of the demon. That Conqueror's Haki clash with Luffy in the movie Stampede was just too cool. Bullet's strength, often compared to Prime Rayleigh, speaks volumes of his capabilities. He tossed around the likes of Luffy and Kid like they were nothing, indicating his strength is 4 Emperors class. However, it's unclear if he can envelop himself in Haki, so we can't say he's stronger than the 4 Emperors at this point. Hence, we've placed him just below the 4 Emperors at 10th. If he were in the original story fighting against Caid and others, who knows what would happen? That's totally unpredictable. At 9th is Silver Rayleigh, the right hand of the Pirate King and Luffy's mentor. Rayleigh, who reached Raftel with Roger and Odin, knows everything about this world. Even in his older age, he's capable enough to hold off an admiral like Kizaru. Moreover, Rayleigh, the very person who taught Luffy Haki, is also a master of Conquerors Haki. Though he and Bullet were evenly matched in combat, Rayleigh continued to support Roger as his right hand. This suggests that in terms of Conquerors Haki, Rayleigh was overwhelmingly strong. At 8th place, we have the former 4 Emperors captain of the Big Mom Pirates, Charlotte Linlin. Remember Big Mom in the first battle on Onigashima? She was a monster incarnate. So, why do you think Big Mom ranks 8th? From this point, almost everyone we'll talk about has fought and survived against the Pirate King Roger except for one. This means their experiences of clashing with the Pirate King and striving for dominance at sea make their Conquerors Haki and humanity off the charts. They're fundamentally different from the characters we've discussed so far. Let's consider Rayleigh's words about Conquerors Haki strengthening only through personal growth. Being of 4 Emperors is a league of its own. We can gauge their standing based on their bounty and battle portrayals. Take the Rocks Pirates, for example. They fought against Roger and Garp but lost. This suggests that former members of the Rocks Pirates, including Big Mom, were below Roger and Garp's level, and among them, Big Mom has the lowest bounty, hence her placement here. At 7th, we meet another former 4 Emperors, the Governor General of the Beast Pirates, Caid of the Beasts. Like Big Mom, Caid too is a legendary pirate who survived the era of Roger, Garp, and Rocks. He knocked out Luffy 3 times, remember? Initially, it seemed impossible to beat him. What stood out most about Caid was his Emperor's Haki-clad attacks. Despite being the enemy, those scenes were undeniably cool. Caid's bounty is at 4.6111 billion berries, nearly 3 billion more than Big Mom's. This difference in bounty is why Caid ranks above Big Mom. In 6th place, we have the protagonist and the new 4 Emperors, Monkey D. Luffy. Sure, as the main character, he's high up on the list, but Luffy's bounty is still at 3 billion. Can we really say he possesses more potent Conquerors Haki than Big Mom or Caid? Even Caid mentioned that Luffy's handling of Conquerors Haki was crude. However, the defining moment that might place Luffy above them is his Haki portrayal during his awakening as Nika Luffy. Remember? His Conquerors Haki made people faint, even on the floors below where he was standing. Caid, surprised by this powerful Haki, couldn't tell it was Luffy's and exclaimed, "What's up there?" That's right, even Caid, who fought legends like Whitebeard and Roger, was taken aback. This indicates that Luffy's Haki has now surpassed Caid's. Plus, his transformation might have enhanced his Conqueror's Haki. Now let's dive into the top 5. At 5th, we have the former Fleet Admiral of the Marines, the wise Buddha Sengoku. He's the only Marine confirmed to possess Conqueror's Haki. During Roger's prime, Sengoku served as an admiral, fighting alongside Garp against Whitebeard and Roger. In Chapter 1080, given Garp's overwhelming Haki, it's reasonable to assume that Sengoku possesses even more refined Conqueror's Haki than Luffy. Considering he clashed with the likes of Roger and Garp, it's understandable he ranks above Luffy. But looking at ranks, one might argue he could be above Garp. True, by rank alone, but considering the God Valley incident, it's likely that Garp was superior in combat. Since Garp chose not to be promoted above Vice Admiral, ranks don't tell the whole story here. In terms of Conqueror's Haki strength, Garp might have the upper hand. At 4th, we have the former captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, Edward Newgate. Interestingly, Whitebeard didn't use Haki-clad attacks during the Summit War. Real talk. Maybe the concept of Haki wasn't fully established back then, but Whitebeard clashed with Roger using Conqueror's Haki, making him undoubtedly a powerful user. He would have been a sure shot top 3 in Roger's era, and the fact that he could fight that intensely without using Haki, that's terrifying in itself. Before we jump into the top 3, let's quickly cover some characters who might possess Conqueror's Haki, though it's not confirmed yet. Feel free to drop your guesses in the comments. First up, we have Don Sai, the captain of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet's third ship. His grandfather, Shinjao, is a known Conquerors Haki user, and when Sai clashed with Shinjao, we saw the characteristic lightning, though not black. But remember, when Luffy and Shinjao's Haki clashed, it wasn't black lightning either, so there's a chance. Next, Blackbeard is believed to have Conqueror's Haki because of the black lightning depicted during his fight with Law. Being part of the D-Clan, known for many Haki users, we might see some epic Conqueror's Haki clashes in the final battle. Speaking of the D-Clan, there's Dragon. With both Luffy and Garp having strong Conqueror's Haki, it's highly likely Dragon does too. Remember Ivankov's words when Luffy used it in the Summit War? It's almost certain Dragon has it. Our final candidate is the legendary pirate Rocks. He was known as Roger's biggest rival. The God Valley incident might have been a clash of Conqueror's Haki. What an intense battle that must have been. Now, let's get to the exciting part. The top 3. In third place, we have the hero of the Marines, Monkey D. Garp, Luffy's grandfather. It's no surprise he has strong Haki, but Chapter 1080's depiction is a major reason for his rank. Shanks' Kamusari was shocking, but Garp's galaxy impact was just as stunning. Moreover, Garp, even though young, defeated the likes of Caid, Whitebeard, and Big Mom at God Valley, albeit with Roger's help. That's why he's above Whitebeard at third. Beating those big names with just one ally shows incredible strength. I wonder if Luffy will ever surpass his grandpa. Of course he will. Moving on to the second place, it's none other than the most enigmatic of the 4 emperors, red-haired Shanks. But here's the twist. Shanks has a bounty of 4 billion berries. According to the unusual pattern, this would make him weaker than Caid or Big Mom. This bounty amount reflects both strength and danger level. So it's not surprising that the captains of the more numerous and dangerous Big Mom pirates and Beast pirates have higher bounties than Shanks. And considering his kind nature, Caid and Big Mom are definitely more hazardous. But Shanks' Conqueror's Haki is arguably the strongest among living pirates. It's so powerful that it can bring a Marine Vice Admiral to his knees and take down Kid, who withstood Big Mom's attacks in one hit. That's undoubtedly the #1 among current pirates. Now, for the grand reveal, the #1 Conqueror, the Pirate King himself, Gall D. Roger. Despite being a non-devil fruit user, he boasts the highest bounty in history, 5.56 billion berries. Thinking back, it's incredible how he fought Whitebeard, who had the Tremor fruit, to a draw at his prime. Caid's remark about Haki surpassing everything probably stems from his defeat by the non-devil fruit user Roger. Even though we've seen only a glimpse of Roger's combat in Odin's flashback, he comes off as incredibly strong. Bullet-faced, a crushing defeat against him, and even Garp couldn't capture him in the end. This makes Roger, without a doubt, the strongest Conqueror's Haki user, befitting the Pirate King title. Can't wait to see who surpasses Roger in the future. That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.